Doctor Who, The Abominable Snowmen, by Daniel Berry and Christopher Cribb. Episode 3. In a hologranded cave, Robin, John and Gillian seek shelter from an angry Yeti. Quick, behind there, in that cave! Robin tries in all his efforts to bulk the entrance to the cave. What are you doing? If we can't stop that thing, we can certainly delay it. Pick up those rocks and plates of wood. They start to barrage themselves inside the cave. We haven't got time. Look, it's coming. The Yeti travels towards the cave. Alright, stay back. Robin picks out his gun. What are you doing? Got to stop that thing somehow. You're mad, man. It's your only chance. Now get back. The bullets have no effect on the Yeti as it bounces off it. The Yeti trundles towards them. John looks up to see a plank of wood supporting the roof of the cave. Thinking fast, he picks up a plank of wood. Get back! Get back! Robin, get back! Gillian, stay behind me! What are you doing? Is there any chance? Now get back! He hits the plank of wood, and the roof collapses on the Yeti. Charming, absolutely charming. Now we're trapped. Robin wipes off the dirt off his clothes. You should be thanking me. If it wasn't for me, we'd be dead. You alright, Gillian? Yeah. Horrible thing. What was it? Don't know. See what I did to my sword, though. Broke it like a piece of wood. No human's as strong as that. Yeah, probably must have been one of those Yetis Dr. Sarkosis was talking about. Gillian turns around slowly because she hears a humming glow. Can you hear that? The humming glow is faint, but can be picked up by the three characters in the cave. Yes, I see what you mean. It's some sort of distant humming. Come on, let's explore a bit further. John, Gillian and Robin succeed down the cave. As they get closer, the humming noise gets louder and louder. Suddenly, John, Gillian and Robin come across a tower of little such. By sure happenstance, John, Gillian and Robin come across a triangle of spheres. They're glowing. Ooh. What are those? John picks one up. Be careful. Don't worry. It looks harmless. It's light. Here, have a feel. He passes it to Robin, and Robin has a feel. Yeah, I can see what you mean. What do you think they're used for? I'm not sure. It must have a significance to what we witness outside. John puts the sphere into his bag. Oh well, at least the doctor can have something back from examination. We better get out of here before something else happens. Where are we going? Back the way we came. But we're trapped that way. No, we're not. It's very straightforward. We just climb over the rubble. Come on. As they leave, the Yeti starts to arise from the rubble. What is it? Look! Impossible! Come on! Back at the lavatory, Dr. Sarkosis is pacing up and down the room, worrying, whilst the doctor tries to settle his worries. Patience, Dr. Sarkosis, patience! Robin should have been in contact by now. Ah, no, otherwise Palin's little visit here wouldn't have been so moderate. He wouldn't have stopped at breaking up the crockery. Well, can't you contact him? Not without knowing where he is. I know he's in the Central Research Zone, but that's a vast, wide span. He could be anywhere in that zone. Well, yeah. Our little friend Palin did indicate that we weren't entirely welcome here, you know. Well, I must admit, having you guys here isn't easy. And you're not the most conspicuous of civilians, I must admit. Oh, well, thank you. Well, I suggest we give him another hour, and if he hasn't contacted us by then, we'll move out and find out what has happened. From outside the cabin, Robin, John and Gillian approach. Robin bangs on the door. That must be them. Robin, you're back, yeah. And by the nick of our skin. What? We were attacked by one of the Yeti. Yeti? So they're real then? Yes, they're real. And very likely too. They were indestructible. My gun had no effect on it. That's not the point. The point of the matter is we're alright, and we got something for you. John takes out the sphere from his bag and hands it to the doctor. Oh, that's very interesting. I just say we should take this back for examination. That was the reason I brought it back. Would you know what it is? No, we found it in a cave. You say you saw the Yeti, says Dr. Conspicuous to Robin. Yes. It was horrifying. Can you describe it to me? Not really. I mean, the experience was too quick. I mean, it was just had lots of hair and very great sharp claws and could rummage through the snow and the rubble and all the other things. It's too quick, yes, John. But I want to know, Dr. Psychosis, your friend is suffering from shock. He needs time to retaliate and rest. Best to leave the questions till later. Oh, very well, very well. Well, I've got to be doing something. We can't just stand around here doing nothing. For all we know, Jitsu's planning a plan to ambush us again. Oh no, I don't think so. I think Jitsu and his little expedition are just as scared of these Yeti as you are. How do you know? I don't. I'm just examining the possibility of maybe. It's a trick, I'm sure it is. Jitsu wants to scare me off. He's always been in it for me in my research. Ever since I started this expedition. Robin can vouch for that. Can you, Robin? Well, Jitsu hasn't been the most customary towards us. He has been quite aggressive. He and his gang. Yes, exactly. They're rambles, all of them. Jealous of my discoveries. Jealous of my success. Yes. But I'll show them all. I'll show them all right. What do you mean by that? Nothing. I was just thinking aloud. That's all. Just forget I said anything. Dr. Psychosis retires to the other room, leaving Robin, the Doctor, John and Gillian alone. Robin, you say you saw this Yeti. I can tell you what I told Dr. Psychosis, Doctor. It's not going to really make much difference. The attack was so faint. I can hardly remember anything. You say you fired a gun at it. Yes, but the bullets bounced off. Well, there's one thing we do know about it. It's bulletproof. So that must mean it's no ordinary mammal. How do you mean? Well, with this sphere that John's brought back, I might be able to form a much better understanding of these Yeti, and indeed of your exhibition, and of Jitsu's. Do you know if Jitsu's gang have seen any of these Yeti? Oh, I don't know, maybe. They could have. Well, there's only one way to find out. How? We go to Jitsu's camp and ask him. You can't seriously consider that, Doctor. Yes, it's suicide, my mate. If you go to Jitsu's camp, you go to your death. No, I don't think so. If I come not offering any hostility or anguish towards Jitsu or any of his gang, they should be bound to listen, so long as I make my point clear. Well, if you're going, then I'm going too. As am I. No, Robin, I prefer if you stay here. You see, you're a scientist, and you can start development on this research of the sphere. All right. You're not going alone, Doctor. I didn't say I was going alone. What? No, you're going to accompany me. Well, thanks. Get your coat. Doctor, what will I say to Dr. Psychosis? Yeah, he's bound to ask questions about where you are. Oh, just tell him I've gone out for a walk. Or come up with a better excuse. Back at Jitsu's camp, Chang Zitsu is warming himself by the fire. Pei Lin sits down Warren to comfort. Good night tonight. Yes, it is. Much worse than last time. Anne comes back with the dinner. Dinner? What do you call that? It's meat. From outside. Took me a while to kill this animal, so we should eat it respectfully. Yeah. You'll know if we don't finish this soon, we could freeze to death. Psychosis has all this light theming and technology we can use, so we're not going to all the trouble of going to talk to Psychosis. Out in the cabin, Zhang Fling is looking through the window with his binoculars. In the distance, he sponsors two figures approaching, unidentified, but coming towards them. Cheng Zitsu! In the distance, do you see something? Cheng Zitsu looks out to the ground. Something is coming! Prepare your guns! Prepare! Hoi hoi! The Chinese gang arm themselves with armed rifles to protect themselves. Zhang Fling steps outside. Wait a moment. Do not fire until we have target. As it becomes more obvious to them, the Doctor and John step out to them. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot us. It's alright. It's alright, John, they're not going to shoot us. We just want to talk to you. And to Jitsu. Jitsu's not here. He's out. What do you want? We want to talk to Jitsu and you. Want to talk to you. Why would you want to talk to us? You're from Psychosis' camp. Yes, but Dr. Psychosis doesn't know we're here. Yes, but Dr. Psychosis doesn't know we're here. In fact, I think it best he doesn't. He wouldn't understand like we do. You're a scientist? Well, I dabble from time to time, and John is a fanatic. Please, lower your guns. Zhang Fling knocks his head, giving the signal to lower the weapon. Thank you. You'll best sit down by fire. Oh yes, thank you. You want meat? Warm drink? A warm drink would be satisfactory. John, I'll have a warm drink as well, please. Ang, catering staff, manages to prepare a hot drink for the Doctor and John. Yeah, you'll drink this. Thank you. So what you want to speak to Jitsu about? Well, it's perfectly obvious, really. We want to know if Jitsu or any other of you have seen these Yeti that Dr. Psychosis has been talking about. Yeti? Yes, Yeti. Yeti are stuff on nightmares, but there are no beastly animals around these parts. Yes, they are. I've seen some. If you say you've seen some, how are we meant to believe your word for it? For all you know, you could be coming up with some alibi to support Dr. Psychosis in his lies. Lies? He's lied to us on many occasions. He's not been the most customary of people. He prefers we dead so he can get on with his research. Surely, if he was to explain the importance of his research and why he's here, you should be able to understand. He not talk to us so civilly. He threatened to kill us, cut us off, mow us. But he told us that you threatened to attack them. On some occasion, yes. But that was only because he attacked us first. We were being defensive. I see. There's been some sort of misunderstanding towards you and Dr. Sarcosis. But surely there's no need to quarrel over everything. Sarcosis wants argument. Jitsu sits down by the fire. I take it I am addressing Jitsu. Aye? Who are you? I am the doctor, and this is John. Say hello, John. Hey, Jitsu. What are you doing here? Well, I'm interested to know if you or any of your campmates have seen these Yeti Dr. Sarcosis has been going on about. You see, John and Robin and Gillian, two of the other scientists from the camp, have spotted one of these Yeti in the wilderness. We were just wondering if you'd seen any. I don't think we're on the same lines. You haven't seen them. We've seen many wilted animals in these parts, but no Yeti. No. Well, we learnt a lot about our friend Sarcosis, Doctor. He's been lying to us from the start. Sarcosis started all this argument in the first place. We're quite happy for him to get on with his research, so long as it doesn't interfere with us. But no, I prefer we gone, dead. And this is our habitat. We were here before him. Well, thank you. I think it best we be going. Not yet. How do I know you won't go back to Sarcosis and tell him everything we said? You don't. You'll just have to trust me on that. What makes you think I can trust you? I don't. That's a very good question. What makes you think we can trust you? That's a very good question. I wish I could think of a good answer. Jitsu nods to Palin. Alright, you go, but on this occasion, you'll return here asking questions, you won't be so lucky. Now go, and stay out of our way, and tell Sarcosis to leave us alone. We will. Come on, John. They are strange people. They are not from these parts. How you mean? They're not part of Sarcosis' expedition. We should consult the leader. The leader would not want to be disturbed. Yeah? Maybe not. But sometimes leader must be disturbed, whether he likes it or not. Jitsu approaches the cabin. He knocks on the door gently. He then enters. He kneels before leader. Forgive this intrusion, leader, but I must speak with you. The only figment that can be seen of the leader is of his shadow. The figure is hidden behind a curtain.
Who is it?
Jitsu, honourable servant of yours.
Jitsu? What are you doing here?
I want to ask question. There are some men, come from nowhere, out of wilderness, asking strange questions. They are not part of Sarcosis' team. They are from a distant world. I sense they don't belong in any place from here. They are strangers, leader.
Doctor. So he has returned. You must keep your distance, Jitsu.
Back at the hut, Robin is examining the sphere thoroughly. He can't seem to make a brief understanding as to what it is. Anything? No, not yet. There's a certain logic to this sphere, but I haven't quite managed to work it out yet. You better keep it out of distance of Dr. Sinos. You better keep it out of viewing distance of Dr. Psychosis. He'll want to know what that is. Yeah, he'll probably blame Jitsu or whatever or something about it. Do you think Dr. Psychosis's conflict with Jitsu is necessary? Not really. The best we can do, the better we can get on, the better we can... Not really. I always believe that the better you get on with your relatives, the better the benefit is. At that moment, the Doctor and John come in from coming outside. Alright, shake off the snow, John. Doctor, John, you're alright. Yes, we're fine, we're fine. The Doctor and John sit down at a table next to Robin. Have you found anything out of that sphere yet? Not yet, but it's still a long way to go. But now that you're back, we could probably work a lot quicker. Did you find anything out from Jitsu? Yes, only to find that Dr. Psychosis's conflict with them is more unnecessary than you once thought, and Jitsu and Palin know nothing of the Yeti. I think they know more than they're letting on. Yes, well, until we know that for certain, we can't go assuming suspicion. They might suspect that we're working for Dr. Psychosis. There is something interesting, though. What? When I asked Jitsu about the Yeti, he didn't really seem to make the usual remark. Well, usually some people would act shocked or try to deny it, but he smirked. Yes, his body language was all wrong. He didn't seem very concerned. For us. Yes, well, I hope you didn't notice, Doctor, but Jitsu is a Chinese. They don't really think like we do. And prejudice like that, Robin, won't get you anywhere. Anyway, I want to look at this sphere. The Doctor picks up the sphere and examines it. So you say you found this in a cave? Yes. There was a whole stack full of them. How interesting. I wonder. There was a noise heard in the distance. Hey, Doctor, come here. John spots a group of Yeti coming up towards the cabin. It's the Yeti, they're back! A group of Yeti form a ring around the campsite. Yeti. Why aren't they attacking? They're just standing there. A ring of Yeti freeze surrounding the campsite.